Back on the show is Mr. Hot Sauce himself, Scott Holtzman, who's back on the program. He's going to be taking on Darrell Horcher at UFC Fight Night 123 on December 9th. Scott, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, James. Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, vice versa, man. It's always good to chat with you, and it's been a while. We haven't seen you in the cage since April. How was the rest of your summer? Did you get away, get to do anything at all? Take any time off?
Yeah, I took a little time off. Had hand surgery after the last one. Dislocated my thumb, so got some good rest. Good rest after that. Took a little time off. Accomplished some things in life outside of fighting. So it's a good little break. But I'm happy to be back now where I belong.
So the layoff was a positive thing for you. You were able to, like you said, get some other stuff done and also just heal up, I guess, as they say.
Yeah, it was positive, man. I'm always working, so I'm a blue collar workhorse. So I figure out ways to work even when I'm supposed to be resting. So did some other things too. Got married and
oh, congratulations! Yeah, you were kind of sly about it. I didn't want to pick too much, but since you brought it up, how'd the wedding go?
It was good, man. It went way better than I could have imagined. She did a good job planning it, putting it all together, and of course, normally for all my friends to be in one place at one time, I got to take a few punches. So it was a welcome change to that.
Did you get a honeymoon at all, or are you going to do that after?
No, not yet. Yeah, we're going to go after. So.
And any spots in mind, or you'll just figure it out during that time?
Yeah, I think we might go over to Hawaii. Yeah,
nice.
We'll do Hawaii since we're already over in California. We'll go there after. So,
let's talk about this fight here. You got another tough opponent in Darrell Horcher. He's got the 13-2 record. How do you feel like you match up against him in this one?
I feel like it's a good matchup, man. It's a good matchup for both of us where we're at. Obviously, he's been through some things, so not as experienced in the UFC, but doesn't mean anything. He's a good fighter. Does some things really well. So I think it's an interesting fight. I think it's going to be exciting too. Hopefully he doesn't plan on wrestling, so we'll be all good.
And you got a lot of teammates with upcoming fights. It seems Sean O'Malley, Drakkar Klose. I know Courtney Casey's training there now. It must be nice. The morale must be pretty good in the gym right now.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's about to get crazy. I think we have 8 or 9 UFC guys. We got Bruce Leroy coming up in China, and then we got Jared Cannonier after us. Yeah, we have a whole string of UFC fights right in a row. So I don't know. You tell me another gym that has that many fights going.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy with all the matchups. As far as main training partners for you, who are the guys you've been working with mainly?
I've been with Benson Henderson. I've been with Johnny Case. Of course, always with Drakkar. Bobby Moffitt, Tim Welch, Keone Diggs, another guy. He's an LFA.
Yeah, he just fought a couple months ago. I actually just interviewed him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, Hawaiian guy. Mike Hamill's in there. We got a whole guys, man. Really, you could train a week straight, not train with the same person. But I always tend to train with Ben. We've been grinding now for 5 years, so it's always a push and always positive training. It hurts sometimes, but always good training.
How's the weight cut going? We're a couple weeks out from the fight. I imagine everything on point.
Yeah, everything's going good, man. I have to get so lean to get down to weight, but it's going well. I always eat healthy. I don't really feel good for training if I don't, so I don't really get too bad out of shape. I'm always working out and stuff like that, so it's not too bad. I got a couple more pounds to lose the next couple weeks each week, and I'm right on target, right where I normally am. So easy.
How's this fight ending on December 9th? You're going to get your hand raised, otherwise you wouldn't have taken the fight, but how do you sort of see it unfolding?
It's going to be a tough fight, man. He's good. He does some things well. It really, really simple game. I just think I'll be more well-rounded than him. I think I'll have more tools. But with that being said, you never know. Sometimes you don't need a lot of tools, but we got some good stuff in store for him.
Have you been keeping up with the Predators this year? The Nashville Predators. They've been doing pretty well this year.
Yeah. I've been keeping up with them off and on. They're off to a good start, man. I'm hoping they can repeat it again. Obviously lost some guys, but they have so many young guys. I think they're going to be okay. But I've been a little upset. But of course, it wasn't their fault. But my boy James Neal went to the Golden Knights, so I've been a little sore about it. But it's all right. I'm gonna try to get over to Vegas and see him. He's a big UFC fan too. So.
Oh, is he? Oh, nice.
Yeah, we talked some picks for the GSP Bisping card too, and his picks were better than mine.
There you go. You should just direct all the people who are talking to you over to James Neal. He seems to know more than the rest of us.
Yep. So
did you happen to see that the Predators, they made that big trade? They got Kyle Turris from Ottawa. Pretty big move for them because they needed a center to sort of replace some of the guys they lost in the offseason.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that, man. When I'm in training camp, sometimes my head's buried in the sand, but I didn't see that. But that sounds like a good move. Jeez, that guy's a good player.
Yeah, he used to play for Phoenix, if you remember.
Oh, okay. No, I'm back in the day. Reds. I go to the Coyotes games once in a while, but the Coyotes need a lot of help.
Yeah, they're not doing too good. I was going to say it's not really worth the money these days.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what is worth the money. Checking out this fight. It's UFC Fight Night 123. It's coming up here December 9th. Scott, always a pleasure catching up with you, man. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, social media at Hot Sauce Holtzy, Facebook, all that, Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. And same sponsors on it, Ogle Rod and Brill, Hard Knocks Pizza. And thanks a lot for having me on, James. I appreciate it, man.